Welcome students. Today we continue with the lesson Deep Water from page number 27. Last lecture it was page number 26 and the last passage was how the writer remembers his mother when he is in trouble. Let us continue. The writer says there was light there. There was light there. This means the things are changing. Almost his nose was out. He could feel his nose out, but when he sucked, the water came instead of air. He could not breathe in properly, and he felt peaceful because he was having that relaxation feeling in him. No more panic. The fear had vanished. It has been wiped off. And then he was floating in the water as if in the mother's arms. See, when you're in peace, when you are a small child, like the small child is carried by his mother in her arms, he feels relaxed, and it is a soothing, it's a feeling of relaxation. This is the feeling the writer is getting here. And he felt like a curtain of life falling. The line says, the curtain of life fell. He remembers lying on his stomach, vomiting. When he came out, there was peacefulness everywhere. He was relaxed, but he was lying on the ground with the stomach vomiting. He was lying on his stomach. Now the chap who had thrown him in the water, tossed him in the water, was saying that he was fooling. See, he was fooling, but what happened to the writer? And someone says that the kid is nearly dead. Now this is what his experience. He is feeling weakness. He couldn't eat that night, and he's experienced two things: terror of water and the death. See, when you are in trouble, you feel that death is approaching. He felt wobbly in the knees and sick in his stomach. He is not comfortable. He never looked back to the pool again after that. He never tried to go back to the pool. He felt that he had to avoid and carried on this fear till years to come. He had a very sad experience of this falling and drowning in the water. Years later, what happened, we'll see on page number 28. He was deprived of many things. Fishing trips, then it is joy of canoeing, boating and swimming. He could not do after that because it was fear in his mind which left him so apart from this swimming. Now, what happened next? He planned of having one instructor to train him to swim. Now, without an instructor, and that too a good one, you cannot learn physical exercises, maybe any, and this is swimming. You need a teacher there. So what happened? He tried to train himself with the help of the instructor, and the training began. Started with exercises, and the panic which was in him in the water, it was shedding step by step. And finally he grabbed to command. See, slowly when you learn, you go on grabbing things and you start learning. It was like one end of the rope was with the instructor, the other end was tied to his belt, and he used to push him, pull him, and then try to put him in the water sometimes. This is how it was going on. And now, after he gained this command, he was asked by the instructor to swim. Naturally, when you teach somebody, you want the feedback also, so he was asked to now come and swim. And finally he did it. He did it. And then the instructor was finished, but not the writer. See, he is accepting that he is a good swimmer. He still had doubt in his mind that could he dive in the pool with nobody was around? It's a big question mark. He carried on swimming. This is all the lesson is continuing. And The months mentioned are April and July. So he started from April and continued and carried on till July. And this is how he swam in the lake. He continued swimming in the lake. He tried, see, these are the strokes given: crawling, breaststroke, and the backstroke. He tried these strokes when he was in water. He put his face underwater and saw nothing but the bottomless water. See, this is what is happening. He is in the water but experiencing only water around. And he dived on and from one side to the other side. This is how he's swimming. The writer had conquered his fear of water. The command is done. He has conquered the fear. The last passage has very important lines, children. In death there is peace. See the meaning of this line. In death there is peace, because the person who dies has nothing to be troubled of. He acquires peace. Then there is terror only in the fear of death. See, only the fear of death is terror, nothing else. Only death is giving you terror. And the third one is, all we have to fear is fear itself. It is psychological effect. You have to conquer this fear and the things are done. And because he had experienced both the sensations of dying and terror also, he was relaxed now and free to walk. He had full freedom to brush aside his fear. And what do you think that the writer might have asked once to the terror? The question to the terror is, well, Mr. Terror, what do you think? He's asking to the terror, imagining terror and talking to terror. Well, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me? What you can do to me? I can swim. This was the question and answer going on in his mind. He is questioning to the terror, and this is how the lesson ends. And children, the worksheet will be given to you. I hope you have understood the concept, because swimming is a skill many of us cannot, because water sometimes gives you terror. But the writer is happy because at last he has earned to conquer the fear. Thank you.